Welcome back. My name is LtBuzzLitebeer, and for the second week in a row, Studio Wildcard have uncorked another community update that I didn't think we were expecting to see. And like last week, we've got more details, more reveals, more dates, and another delay. Plus, a bit of a hot topic to discuss as well. There's something here for everyone, and I appreciate you tuning in to get the latest in Ark news. In case you haven't done so already, please consider hitting subscribe and ringing the notifications bell to receive my upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are always appreciated. Chapters are up and in place, so you can skip around or return to a previous topic. And let's get this one going and check out the latest from Ark. Two weeks in a row with Mario on the thumbnail, and like last week, that is totally not a mistake because Wildcard decided to double down and show off their Ark dev kit just a bit further by giving us a sneak peek of what can be created, releasing their Super Ark Bros two-player side-scroller mod. Now, this is created through a stripped-down version of the tools available through Unreal Engine 5, labeled as a simple game framework example, and it uses no gameplay code from Ark Survival Ascended. So it's completely unrelated to the current dinosaur survival sandbox game we have, but to quote the Crunch, you'll have the ability to create your own unique games, and they could be released on Ark, changing as much or as little as you'd like. Nobody from Wildcard has expressly stated this, but last week they referenced a Mario-esque rampage through Crystal Isles. This week, we've got a full side-scroller Super Ark Bros functioning game to watch with an Ark version of Mario platforming around and grabbing an axe that also has a boomerang effect. And again, at least to me, and I know I can't be the only one thinking this, I get the sense that Wildcard is hurling everything they can at Ascended to try to keep those player engagement numbers up. Almost like, hey, if we can't deliver the maps or features on time and in a manner that they're functioning properly, let's at least give players something to do that's related to Ark. Also not mentioned anywhere here, will these Unreal Engine 5 outside gaming creations then progress and become paid mods? Will they be added into the game proper, or will they always remain a completely different and separate Ark experience? I honestly don't know, but hope to get details on this one in the very near future. Along these same lines and within this topic, we need to now discuss premium mods and the initiative to bring them to Ark Ascended. And remember, these are paid mods, unlike what we currently have in the game, and will therefore, according to their previous descriptions, be more expansive, larger, and of a high production value. Now, whole maps and more have been highlighted and mentioned as what premium mods could potentially be. Well, they're going to be launching into the game on January 31st, moderated again by CurseForge, aka Overwolf, along with Wildcard. And these mods can be purchased for a fee, no pricing index as of yet, so, we don't know what the price ranges will be, and this might also go hand in hand with Wildcard's other reveal, which we'll talk about in a minute or so. Now, this whole subject of paid mods, exclusive content, MTXs, and potentially pay to win is an area that Ark has remained largely immune to, but now in 2024, it's an area that Snail Games and Wildcard have completely embraced. Now on to that delay, and I know we were all looking forwards to server transfers, and last week, Wildcard announced the release date to be January 24th. I think I also mentioned in last week's Ark Community Crunch Roundup that this was Wildcard that had made that prediction, and to take it with a pinch of salt. Well, experience paid off, because with this week's Crunch, Wildcard delayed the launch date on transfers to January 31st, so another week, citing the need to iron out a few issues. I wonder if it has to do with trying to implement the ability to transfer across 3 different platforms: Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam PC. And by the way, no word on the naughty child that is still in timeout in the back of the classroom, Windows. And what has it been now? 2 months since they were placed there for being a cheater's haven? Anyways, TLDR, tack on another week's delay for server transfers. Have you ever wanted to see your character looking like the Dragonborn from Skyrim? Or how about structures ripped straight out of Elden Ring? Well, this might now be possible because custom cosmetics are coming to the game, which can be used on any official server, not requiring the use of a mod, made possible on the client side, with future plans to allow for auto-downloading in the background while you explore. Now, this does beg the question as to moderation, because I can't see the system just being completely unchecked, which could lead to some questionable creations and make Ark not SFW, if you know what I mean. Also, no mention of unofficial servers in this custom cosmetics program. And now that I think of it, could we add this to the kitchen sink of items being thrown now at Ascended, like that outside dev kit creation program they've got to boost player engagement? I guess we will see if any of this has any noticeable effects once they launch these programs. This week's Mod Spotlight again featured 5 new mods, including Clifton's Wardrobe, Big Al's, Marax's, Dino Depot, Wall and Floor Decor, and Klinger additional structures, along with a full YouTube Mod Spotlight video, which you can see playing in the background. Now, as always, I've included a link to Crunch number 393, found down in the video description, and contained within the Crunch, you can find the side-scroll Ark Bros video and this Mod Spotlight, complete with YouTube links. Garuga123 will be hosting a modding creative process workshop stream on Twitch on Saturday, the 27th, for anyone out there looking to get their feet wet and start learning the basics of modding. And the final bit of housekeeping news to discuss is that Ark is now a part of the wiki.gg redirect, automatically redirecting you from abandoned fandoms over to wiki.gg. On to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble! From previous reports, we know that Wildcard has flip-flopped the release schedules for the Center and Scorched Earth, now moving the Center up to the next map to hit Ascended. There's also been multiple mentions of these adventure packs, which will be sold separately from your initial Ascended purchase. These will be coming for all the maps, I believe, starting with Scorched Earth, and for every new map released after that. And these include things like vanity items and equipment. For instance, the Scorched Earth pack includes some Wild West cosmetics, along with things like a shovel, dynamite, and even a full-blown steam locomotive. But the item we didn't really know much about was this mystery dino that will also be included with these packs. So, to make it clear, you can only get these items along with the dino if you pay Wildcard even more money to obtain these adventure packs. And so, last night when Wildcard finally revealed the concept artwork for the Oasisaur, the first adventure pack DLC dino coming to Ark Ascended, it was downright shocking. Now, the first thing you notice is just the sheer size of this thing, because it's fucking enormous. I immediately thought of the Megachelon from Genesis, huge turtle with a base on its back, but Oasisaur looks even bigger than that. Just look at that stego and human down by its claw for a sense of size, and this thing has an entire base camp on its back, multiple structures, that looks like a body of water as well, and as soon as your eyes kind of look to the background, you see 2 more of these things that are flying. Now, there is no dossier currently available, so they could just be using some sort of gas jet system to make giant leaps, or, they could be outright flying. I honestly couldn't tell you. But this brings up a ton of questions as to paid DLC, dinos, and yes, even PvP, which I think Wildcard was trying to shut down that part of the conversation when they stated, with its unique ability to create a safe haven, it shields players from environmental threats and hostile creatures, though it offers little defense against other players. Which, would be helpful on Scorched Earth because the landscape can be unforgiving. So we're talking PvE here, but what's to stop someone using this thing in PvP like a Quetzal base? You could potentially drop this monster in on top of someone's base, deploy from there, and just tear it to pieces in a matter of moments. It also raises some potentially serious questions of pay-to-win mechanics now in Ark. Again, I'm just speculating here, but there's a complete difference between cosmetic items and a colossal dino that can carry an entire base camp on its back and looks to be able to fly. Also, I don't see this DLC just hitting the open market at 99 cents. This is going to be available for a premium and will immediately separate Ark's player base into the haves and the have-nots. Also, how does the taming work for Oasisaur? Is it a matter of you own the DLC, therefore you immediately get this dino and it's tamed? Can it be tamed? How does all of this work for someone that didn't buy the DLC? Again, a million questions. Honestly, I think that most of us were expecting the mystery dino to be something small in stature, like an alpha dodo or something like that, and to now see this colossal Oasisaur, which looks awesome by the way, but could potentially add a ton of headaches to the game, it really raises more questions as to how this is all going to work. Make sure to leave me any Ark-related feedback, and I'll do my best to respond. Remember to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell. Likes, comments, shares are always appreciated. All my socials can be found in the video description. The channel just passed 189,000 subscribers. 200K is on the horizon, and a huge thanks to each and every one of you that has stuck with me. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.